If your calf is tight, painful, or recently injured, you're in the right place. This video is for you. I'm Dr. Jared, and these are the stretches and exercises that I would recommend to help rehab your calf and feel better fast. With any muscle injury, there are different phases of rehab exercises that I would progress you through based on how long it's been since your injury, your pain tolerance, and the severity of that injury. We'll definitely cover all of them in this video. In fact, phase 3 are the most effective exercises that you can do, but it might take some build-up for you to get there. That being said, we're going to start right here with phase 1. If your injury is less than about a week old, the best thing that you can do is just take care of the inflammation and create a great environment for healing to occur. So we're going to take some rest. We're going to take some time off from whatever sport you're doing. You just don't want to re-aggravate that injury. Ice is a great idea. Wrap that spot in ice for about 15 minutes a couple of times a day will help it to feel better. And anti-inflammatory medication based on what you can take, and then just based on the recommendation on the back of that bottle. Those are great things that are going to help that inflammation to come down, and again, just create a great environment for you to heal. What I recommend is, as soon as you are able, let's initiate some massage into that calf as well. This is a great way that we can promote healing. This is a great way that we can help scar tissue to lay down in a little more healthy manner and just help you to feel better and more functional overall. The simplest way to do that would be seated right here with the injured leg in front of you. I'm just going to use 2 hands and come down here through the back of the calf and just kind of work it up and down. I'm just kneading that calf muscle. There will be areas where maybe it's a little more painful, it's a little more knotted up. You can spend a little more time in that area, but this is a great first option because you can control very easily where you're massaging and then how hard that pressure is as well. If that's okay, if you're ready for the next step, you'll see that I've got a couple of other things here that I want to demonstrate for you. Next step would be with a foam roller. And so if you've got a foam roller or access to a foam roller, this is a great way that you can actually roll out your calf and roll out that injury. The simplest way that I like is I'm going to sit on the edge of the foam roller. I just have the injured leg up on top of it. My other leg is bent. With my hands, I'm going to put those right behind my hips to kind of support myself right here in this manner. Now I can use my hands and use that other leg to roll all the way up and down. I'm going all the way from the back of my knee all the way down into my Achilles tendon. So I want to hit the full length of that calf. And if that feels okay, the more aggressive version to this would be to actually cross your leg over the top of it, and now there's just a lot more pressure in there from that other leg that just provides a deeper massage and a deeper stimulus to that muscle. Those are great options. The most aggressive option is going to be if you have a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball. The surface area on this is a lot smaller, but it can also kind of target and pinpoint those areas a little more precisely. And so that's one that I like. If you do have a specific spot where you just want really localized pressure on it, that's another great option right there. And so with the massage, with the mobilization, I typically recommend that we spend about 3 to 5 minutes on that. And again, it's got to be within your pain tolerance. Should feel pretty good when you're done. As soon as you are able, we want to progress into phase 2 rehab exercises, which includes gentle stretching. Now, please keep in mind that we want to keep stretching comfortable. And if you push too hard and if it's painful, you might actually be causing more damage and perpetuating your injury or perpetuating rehab time on that injury. So as I show you these, please try them out, but please remember that we need to keep them in a pain-free range. The first exercise that I love is a seated calf stretch. You're going to come to the edge of your bed or the kitchen table or a counter. Couch is sometimes a little bit too low for this, so please keep that in mind. You're going to sit down with the injured calf extended in front of you. My other leg is down on the ground. Now you can take a belt or a towel or a sheet or a rope, something like that, and just loop it right around your toes. You're going to grab the tails, and then we're going to pull that foot towards us. So I'm using my hand to pull the foot towards me. But then what I love to show people on this is I actually want you to sit up straight. So I want you to reverse the arch in your back, and then you can even lean forward slightly. And what you're gonna feel there is those hamstring muscles really kick on, meaning we're going to stretch the hamstring muscles. You're gonna feel that up here in the hammies, right in the back of your knee, down in your calf, maybe into your Achilles tendon. It's just a great way that we can stretch out the entire back of the leg, that entire posterior chain, which often gets tight as it's trying to protect this injured area. And so this is a great way that we can do that. I would hold that for 20 seconds, and then I would repeat that one 3 times. The next one that I like that's slightly more aggressive would be a runner's stretch. And so we're gonna come to a wall. I'm gonna take my injured leg and put it behind me. I'm gonna lunge towards the wall, put my hands up on the wall, and now with my knee straight, I'm going to slightly bend this forward knee to lunge towards the wall, just until I get a good, comfortable stretch through the back of that calf muscle. I would hold that for 20 seconds and repeat it 3 times. But what a lot of people don't realize is that your calf is actually 2 muscles. With that knee straight, I'm going to stretch 1, but then what I can do is actually unlock that knee slightly and then get into that same position. And you're gonna feel that stretch in a different spot. That stretches the deeper muscle. It's called the soleus. Most people feel that lower in the calf, and even down through that Achilles tendon area. And so I would do both of those, same parameters, 20 seconds, 3 times on each one of those stretches. And then the third stretch that I love would be a standing calf stretch, kind of on the edge of a stair. I like to show this one especially to runners. You can do this on a curb or on a gutter. It's a really easy way to stretch as you work back into some of that running activity. You're gonna stand on the edge of the stair. I'm gonna put just the ball of my foot, the ball of my injured foot on the edge of the stair, and then with my legs straight, I can slowly lower that heel down below the stair just until I get a good stretch through that calf muscle. Now, the more weight that you put on the opposite leg, the lighter that stretch is, but then what you can do is gradually increase the weight that you're putting through that leg to feel more and more of a stretch. And then I also like to explain to people with this one, you can do that with the knee straight, and then you can also do that with the knee bent to stretch that deeper muscle. 3 times, 20 seconds, it's the number that I would recommend. Before we jump into the phase 3 rehab exercises, I'm curious, have you been trying the exercises so far, and how is your calf feeling? Do me a favor, leave me a comment down below. I love to hear from you. Also, if you have gotten some benefit from this video, hit that thumbs up button. That really does mean a lot to me. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting this channel here on YouTube. Phase 3 is going to be strengthening exercises. This is a great way that we can not only rehab an injury now, but performing these regularly also helps to prevent future re-injury. So definitely, for sure, we need to be doing some of these exercises. The easiest place to start, kind of phase 1 to this, is going to be some heel raises. And you're going to just stand on flat ground. You're going to raise your heels off of the ground and then slowly return them back down. And so I'm coming up onto the balls of my feet, hold 1, 2, slowly return right back down, and then we're going to repeat that about 15 to 20 times is what I typically recommend, and then we can do that for 3 sets. The next phase to that would be still on the flat ground, but once we're strong enough, I want to get rid of the non-injured side. So now I'm just doing a heel raise on that injured side. So we're going to come up onto the heels, slowly return right back down to the ground, and then we're going to repeat that 10 to 15, up to about 20 times, just as pain and strength allow, and then we're going to do that for 3 sets. When that starts to feel okay, what we want to do is get into some deficit heel raises, meaning now I want to take that calf through more of its available range of motion. We want to take the heels down below the toes. Great way to do that would be on the edge of a stair. And so phase 3 would be to stand with both feet on the edge of the stair, let those heels come down below the stair. I like to even hang out down there, feel a stretch for a couple of seconds, and then come up as high as we can until our heels are up above the level of the stair, and then nice and slow and in control, we're gonna lower until the heels are lower than the stair. We hang out down there for 1 or 2 seconds, feel a really good stretch, and then come back up into that repetition again. And what I recommend here is about 10 to 15 reps, repeated 3 times. As soon as you're strong enough, what I would ultimately like to see you progress into would be a single leg heel raise. So now we're going to get rid of that healthy leg, and then the mechanics look the same. on the ball of our foot, all the way up. Heel is above the level of the stair, nice and slow and in control as we lower down and then come right back up into that next rep. 10 to 15 reps, repeated 3 times is what I would recommend. Hope your calf feels better. Thank you so much for watching.